I have decided to not continue Fallout 3 until I decide to redo the entire freaking mod list. And I'm not going to do that for a long while. So I might as well just restart that at that time, but I don't know when that will happen. So instead, Disco Elysium. I was gonna say. As I said, Disco Elysium. A game that I got interested in not too long ago. So I was like, I like these dialogue options that I'm seeing, that I'm hearing from listening, at least listening to it, a stream of Disco Elysium. So here we are. And of course, since I like being a achievement hunter, hardcore mode, and of course I've read that streamer mode doesn't really do much anyway. So that's off. And of course I already did a bit to make sure that everything was working right. So, yeah. So, anyway, let's see. What should I do for... Alright. What should I start with, archetype-wise? So... either this one or this one. Yeah. One of those two, huh? Conceptualization. Disco Elysium. Which one does that fall under? Falls under intellect. Alright, thinker. I mean, I think I went with that in the other one too, so yep, here we go. In my test run, I did that. Anyway. The Furies are at home in the mirror. It is their address. Even the clearest water, if deep enough, can drown.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore.
I'll raise that a little bit, but not that much.
Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever? Never, ever. Never, ever, ever.
Never, ever, ever, baby.
Simply keep on non-existing.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
What was that about the X something?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful. A ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Now, I want to know about the X something.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
No, I would get off now. I like pain and burning light and wanting things from people who don't want to give them to me.
Do you really?
Don't be naive. Of course not. I want to sail the inky blackness until forever ends.
Alright. Nothing down to fuck all, Burrow.
I'm tired of being this type of animal, and who gives a shit?
Not you. Your days of giving a shit and being that type of animal are over.
Don't stop. Keep singing. Sing me the song of death.
The song of death is sweet and endless. But what is this? Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Mother, help me. There's a head attached to my neck and I'm in it.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Who am I? What sort of creature does this to their own mouth?
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice Canadian motor carriage.
Open your eyes. Yeah, I think there should be good. All right.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Push them out.
It says whirling in rags on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The
Number 1 is etched on it. Should open the door.
The whirling in rags is a hostel cafeteria on the urban coast, frequented by dock workers.
Ah, I don't even
This
need
fan has
my
two
keyboard, huh?
changing switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself
Wow.
to one of the blades.
Add that in one. Grab the tie.
You reach out
I
to grab
failed.
the tie.
Dang.
But what's this? Diffuse, radiating chest pain. Doom comes over you.
Oof. I just see one more. Huh?
This is bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding in your chest and keeping you from moving. For
Brett.
quite a long time. Still ongoing. Now is a good time to start worrying. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from dying. You know what you should do. You should stop the fan and then try again. It'll get easier. Do it if you want to die. The stabbing pain in your chest is telling you.
Pull on the
blades
fan.
come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the tie now.
Grab the tie.
You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your body.
We'll begin to turn it off. Why is my camera like that, boy? Let's see. Try center. There we go.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities? Virile, uncaring towards the little things?
Alright. Alright, let's see. There are 2 things, I assume. 2 things that I can get right off the bat, huh? That will give me that will let me, you know. Oh, especially one.
Probably not, no. Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just a vague impression of it.
I'm keeping myself as spoiler-free as possible.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Okay. Hello there, person. Who's watching on Twitch? Hold on. Okay. Really? Nothing?
All recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions.
Wipe the
As
mirror.
you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there. and you will never unbecome it.
Maybe I should touch it first. Make sure there's nothing wrong with my face.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
What? What's wrong?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
I'm sorry.
Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
At least my tongue is okay.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
I'll have to mirror now.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
The face of a late-stage
Too late.
alcoholic.
You clearly have rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
I'm not making it. The face is making it
Please
itself.
stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
No.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
An expression of
You
pain.
are correct.
Dig deep into your mind to locate the source of the expression.
Like the rest
Fuck.
of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past.
I was able to get that
That's all you know
before.
for now.
So I just need one more, huh? One skill point there. I was able to get quite a bit of information from that dialogue option, but oh well.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Assess the damage.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Did I break it with my own
A
hands?
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent. More likely
Did
a
this
projectile
then?
than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Assess the size of the
It is
impact.
too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also been heavy enough if thrown with force. Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
I should
Now
go
you
and
only
get
have
that
one.
shoe.
If a cool wind gushes in, your toes curl up from the cold.
Something on the table. Money.
There they both are. Two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles.
How do they fit?
Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
What's that? Smell of the sea makes you dizzy. Items. There used to be a tape in this case, but it was destroyed in a fit of rage. Something about the 10 years single small church in Saint Sins. Saint Sins? Saint Signs? Must have rubbed someone the wrong way. The label says the song was recorded in 43. Ah. Oh. Can we try that one? Can we try that one then?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with...
Counter says it's March. The year's 51.
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips. Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with birthmarks. She can't be more than 28. A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Officer, am I a military personnel?
No.
He seems perplexed by your question. Then why did you call me an officer?
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Are you sure?
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well-rehearsed lies all this time. You've been here for 3 days.
All this time?
On official police business, no less.
And what business is that? What? Motherfucker. Ah, good. I've been here for 3 days. Okay.
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
You have no doubt about the drinking. But do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Might not know who... no. Might not know where I am, or who I am, or what a Capri Kanema is. How do I know what one sounds like?
She nods.
But I do know when someone's not telling me the whole story. What am I doing here? What's my
There's
case?
a mercenary out back. He's been hanged. The body has been there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called the cops.
Why didn't you just tell me that?
I didn't mean to overwhelm you with information. You seem a bit lost, officer.
Why don't I remember being a cop or anything else?
Could it be because of the drinking?
She hasn't had time to put her makeup on. This is her morning cigarette. She looks tired, her beauty waning faster than it ought to at her age.
When their right mind will let me be an officer of the
Don't
law?
be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
I should get
Of
going
course.
now.
Be careful, officer. They don't like the police around here.
Something stirs in you as she's about to go. Call it an instinct, a need. The need to ask questions. It's like you said the words 1,000,000 times before. She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
If I don't want to ask questions.
You're a cop, Harry. It is unnatural of you not to want to ask questions.
Wait, I have some questions before you go. What does they have against the police
The dock
here?
workers are pretty cocky. They think they're police enough. At least here on the coast. I can't say about the rest of the city.
Exactly is here. Where am I?
You're in a hostel, sir.
No, where are we? Where in the world?
We are in Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into zones of control under foreign occupation. Half a century after a failed world revolution, she is central to our moment in time.
Does that mean
You
something to
sure
me?
look like you're from Revachol. Revachol parties.
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier, another part of the world.
You're in a hostel. We are in Revachol
Revachol is the
Revachol
forever
forever.
and ever.
and ever and ever. Out of the corner of your eye, you see the hair on the back of your hand standing on end. It feels as though low-grade lightning is coursing through you. You must be hypersensitive from the hangover.
You're in a. We are in.
Revachol is the disgraced.
Would you tell me
former
something else
Yeah.
instead? Okay. Tell me, is it 51
It's
now?
51.
What
The
century?
Current century.
And that's what?
Centuries
What number?
don't have numbers. They have names. And this is the current one.
How many centuries have there been then?
Civilization has existed for 8,000 years, sir.
What's so
You're
funny?
right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
Room is almost next to mine. Did you hear anything last
There
night?
was the usual ruckus. Loud disco music.
Do I have any
I
visitors?
couldn't say. It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here.
Loud disco
Oh,
music?
yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on.
Yeah, we go on alright.
I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped, and there was a change of pace. A
Happened.
slow, sad song started playing, like organ music on repeat. That went on for quite a while. Some of the time, you were yelling along to it.
Was I seeing this?
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church. Like the smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that. And also,
What else?
that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It was difficult to tell. The song itself was very quiet and soft, but you sounded like a winded boar, sir. It was hard to understand what you were singing on top of it.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I was going out later anyway. It didn't bother me.
Then what
Then you
happened?
started screaming and trashed the place.
So me. What did I
The
do?
window was smashed. The tape player, probably. The song stopped. And furniture, too. A real destructathon. There was screaming. Then I think you passed out.
Please tell me there wasn't anything else.
There was. I think you screamed that you didn't want to be this type of animal anymore. I may have misheard, but it was sort of memorable. I went out afterwards. Everything was quiet. I couldn't say. Oh, yes. Various.
Oh, that. Yeah.
Oh, were huge where I come from.
It's just 'cause
It
started
would
though,
appear so.
doesn't it?
At around 2 o'clock, the disco stopped and a slow,
happened?
sad song started
What was
playing.
I saying?
That it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now.
When
It
you
was
say wounded,
difficult
do you
to
mean
tell.
that in a
The
cool
song
way?
itself is very quiet.
Like
and
a
soft.
wild beast?
Yes. It was very cool.
It's impossible to say whether she's being sarcastic or really means it.
Now what
Then you
happened?
started screaming and trashed the place. Yes. Never.
What happened?
The
then?
window was smashed. The tape player, probably.
Was there anything
There
else?
was. I think I went out afterwards.
Alright, I
I
think
was
that's enough.
glad to have been of assistance.
It's weekend edition of the satirical newspaper Trump Le Monde. That's where the lyrics would be. A big old karaoke mic just waiting for someone to sing into it. Speakers connected to the radio. The music is seasoned with
You
static.
should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Discard thought. For now. Oh, let's see. Let's see then. Journal. Let's see. Good, perfect. Sorry, at 6, at least 5. That's good. Because that's what I need for that thing. Huh? Might be interrupted soon. All right.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. Everything is cool between you and this guy. He's a big fan. Make some small talk.
Look at the
A
stuff bird.
competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters, drying
I
mouths.
probably broke
One
it.
of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. The small steel tag says as much. The Great Skua. Stay Warrior School.
What happened to the bird?
Your buddy is over there.
Looks at the doors where a man in a bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the
Why
floor.
don't you go and talk to him, okay?
What do you mean by buddy?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Okay. Ah, this guy, huh?
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
A bespectacled man in an
Hello
orange
there,
bomber jacket
Kim.
is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You, as you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. On the sleeve of his bomber jacket, as well as on its back, are the same enigmatic white rectangles as on your blazer.
Shake his hand.
Hello. I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for your name.
Invent a name for yourself.
Raphael Ambrosius
Fuck.
Cousteau.
Failed. How? It's very cool, but would I come off like a douche if I call myself
No,
that?
you won't. Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name. You're one classy cop. Say it.
Oh well. My name is Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Yes, well,
Doesn't even process what he just said. Just moves on.
Not for a moment does he believe it's your real name. He casts it aside as an intra-departmental joke or a peculiarity he doesn't understand.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
You him? Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
What
At the
interviews?
57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
I haven't.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
The body? No.
So, the body is still in the tree, where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
I can't remember
I
anything.
can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
What are we supposed to do again?
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Can't be so sure I'm from the
I was
police.
sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the Rat Squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
You mean internal
Yes,
affairs?
but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
You said insignia. These white rectangles, you mean?
Yes.
They're
They're not
just white
white
rectangles.
They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Ravachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job.
I have a badge or
You
something?
mean you don't have a badge?
But it's not on me when I woke up.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Alright.
As
That's
to
right.
you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Oh. I don't like the description here. I'll keep it enabled because that is funny. I should talk to the manager first. Yeah? Yeah.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
He responds
I am
tersely.
Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation.
The
Join me
Harbinger
from Precinct
ruin.
41.
What?
Nothing. I just want to see what happens if I say that. I do. The glowing. I am it.
I have no idea what that means.
I have been to the precipice. I have seen the end.
What is this, a joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
I love the dialogue options. Ah.
This sounds like something you can use to call this Sylvie later.
Aw.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
He probably means this is where you step in and ask
Alright
your
then.
questions.
Questions. Got this. Alright. Let's see. Let's see. Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba 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 da ba ba. questions. I
His
got
face
this.
expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Huh?
Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones,
Huh?
not vice versa.
Where exactly is the body?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
And how do I get there then?
That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through.
This man means the heavy cavalry of the innocents Franco-Negro, sweeping over the plains and nations of the enemies of mankind, 5th century style. Unified currency and the concept of cool came in their wake. They wore lamella and carried guns. But first and foremost, Franco-Nigerian heavy cavalry was really, really wide. That hole in the fence must be enormous.
Why did Sylvie go away?
She went away because none of your business.
Ah.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Am I not a cop? Everything is my business. She pertains to the coming apocalypse.
Does she? Maybe she does. Maybe she pertains to the apocalypse. Sylvie is not here because I asked for her number. The dead body out back didn't help either, but it was mostly me. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Didn't go
I
well?
asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching.
I guess I like to be thorough.
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Are you the bartender?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
What's the
I have
difference?
3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Who
I
killed him?
don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they?
Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree. What do you mean by they?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
Who exactly is
The
saying
locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
that? How would the dock workers lynch
I
this
would
man?
suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message.
I don't know the
lieutenant
question.
turns the page in the little note.
No, that's all.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real.
What's
Oh,
real?
excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume
Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money?
some money.
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
What do I owe this place for?
Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
Then
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money.
But what exactly is money?
What are you, a philosopher?
Since I woke up, I have trouble remembering even the most basic concepts of reality.
Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really.
Where do I get it
Are
from?
you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
Why do I need it?
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole.
I don't think I have any money.
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber.
What the hell
I'm
is that?
sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then...
Officer, maybe you are better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
I don't remember where my home is.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car. Call them, ask for assistance. We have to get this investigation started now.
Good luck.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it.
I really don't
But you've
remember.
been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
I don't know. Near? South
You
maybe.
don't really know, do you?
I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless?
South, maybe. Doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
I traced the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head
Oh!
when you get the time.
Hey ho!
Maybe a street
I got
or
the
a
thing!
road will appear.
I was got a thing that I was looking for, huh? Nice. Alright, now, I should be getting a thing that will get me more XP. Da 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 da. In fact, 2 things that'll get me XP, huh? You.
Hello, sweetie.
Wait, who's Sweetie?
Who's Sweetie?
Why, you are, officer.
Oh, Sweetie, look at
You're
her.
a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
That stupid dimple has only brought me suffering.
Love can be cruel, sweetie. Love can be cruel. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
I don't know if you've noticed, but I don't know where I am or what I'm doing. Or anything.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
I drank so hard I forgot literally everything.
Oh my. You know where we are, right?
Where's the Whirling in Rags cafeteria? It's on my keys.
That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
In Revachol?
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
Revachol is the disgraced capital of the world. Something like that?
Yes, great. See? We're getting somewhere. What else you know about our city of splendor? Tattered as she may be.
See, I don't know dilly squat about Revachol. What kind of place is this?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
It's the spring of 51.
That's right, dear. How splendid. Here, take this pen. Knowledge should always be rewarded.
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you there, but now she relaxes her shoulders.
I can tell that this is taxing for you,
Whoa,
so I'll just ask
whoa.
one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Communism. Oh yeah. Communism.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not. There used to be people who thought that way. Other people who wanted those things, but they all went extinct.
I like to think it's a dictatorship of the proletariat. And it tells me it's not.
Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictatorship of the proletariat.
But they still have cops.
There's no government. How come there are cops?
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides,
No,
I'm not the best
no.
person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
But how did I
You
do?
were doing quite well up until the end, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
What is the revolution you mentioned?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. This was 42 years ago.
What does that have to do with there not being any cops?
It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how to explain it better.
Tell me more.
Someone more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should ask.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are
There we
educated.
go. Again,
Though
myself
I don't know
that
where you would find a
has
wealthy
gone.
person in Martinez.
That's a good point. This doesn't look like Rich Central.
I've got to get going
Of
now.
course, dear.
For
Good
now.
luck with your case.
I'll talk to her again later. Alright. For now, I will not be going to the body. And save the gamer. Now.
The RCM in Martinez.
Later. What the fuck? Let's see. There. Alright. In the northwest, huh? That her? That her?
A striking woman
There we go.
leans against the cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good morning, officers. I'm Joyce. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbor. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
Joyce L? Shake her hand.
I'm glad to see you here.
Like steel, there is strength there. If she wanted, she could sink her nails deep into your skin.
I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
It happens quicker than a shooting star. But did the lieutenant just wink at you?
Ah.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
Can I have some money? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. What can you tell me about this lynching?
Quite a few things, I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course, ma'am.
Oh,
We
oh.
should have introduced ourselves.
Oh no.
I am Lieutenant Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Remember when my partner told you I had recently suffered from an unusual medical episode? I lost badges related to it.
I see. So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
I could have eaten it for all I know. I don't remember anything. Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please. Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond. I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Of course, I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
She's a professional negotiator.
Oh.
She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial.
And cannot save her. Yeah, exactly as I thought.
Feelings
Yeah.
will guide the way.
But madam, I need to know about this searching. It's very important for me. This is the case
I
I'm
assure
solving.
you, it is no small matter for me either. We all share the responsibility for disarming this situation. I hope you have a badge for me as soon as possible.
You don't understand. It's not like a side case for me. This is my main thing.
Trust me, officer, I am fully committed to resolving this impasse. This isn't some side gig for me.
There's so much else. I have only this. This is the entirety of my
She's
existence.
silent. The wind flaps the sail above her.
But for example, at home somewhere, I only have this case.
Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. You're still coming up with sentences. That's a step up from total annihilation, right?
Yes, it can be difficult to be on the
Oh, God,
receiving
no one
end
even
of
likes
so
cops.
much distrust and outright hatred.
Nothing you can say would make you feel cop gives
What
the
the
detec-
fuck? Okay, hold on. The fuck is a sleeping dock worker then, huh? Alright. Quick save.
A striking
Good morning, off. Joyce L. Messier. I represent the board. I'm glad to see.
woman, like steel.
I was.
That is good.
It happens quicker than a
How interesting. Quite a few. The information I'm to.
Of course. And this is...
How curious. I see. Oh dear. I do believe you.
As I said, ma'am,
Of course.
She's a professional negotiator.
Failure again.
Will guide the way.
Oh no.
I assure you, it is.
She's silent. A striking woman,
Good morning, off. Joyce L. Messier. I'm glad to see.
like
I was just.
that is good too.
it happens quick.
How interesting. Quite a few things. The information.
Of course. And this is...
How curious. I see. Oh dear. I do, but
As I said,
of course.
She's a professional negotiator. She's a
Yeah!
negotiator. Just floats a favor at her. Insinuates.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate our law enforcement
I will
credentials.
be frank with you. If I'm going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like what?
Reports from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
They're profiting from this trade.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment, madam.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, detective.
Holy crap, he is very, very quiet. Okay. Yeah.
Honestly, I was expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchman.
I thought it was going so well.
This woman is running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way,
Wow. Okay, yeah. The way we've played straight into her
Maybe
hands.
this is all her plan. She might have heard about you.
Hmm. And the company must have more ears on the ground. She could have known about my condition. Do you propose that we don't investigate the drug trafficking?
if there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it. What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done, and demand for her information on the lynching.
Company must have more ears on the ground.
I wouldn't go that far. Her reaction did come off as sincere to me. I think she's just quick to adapt. She's a professional, after all.
Just, find my badge.
Oh, that would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large, and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The
This is
situation
true.
might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Go back to her then.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Tell me about this alleged drug
It's
trafficking.
quite straightforward. Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing. Wild Pines has suspected it for years.
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
Meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff.
Let me get this straight. The materials come from Samara to Revachol through the terminal?
Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter, north of here.
Wild Pine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut.
And you want us to investigate?
Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dock Workers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
The handoff. The motor lorries at the roundabout.
The lorries.
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable.
How convenient that they're stranded like beached whales at that roundabout.
Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Her irises are light green, like the river Esperance in bright daylight, upstream where it's clearer.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
Uncovering Union secrets could also give you an upper hand when dealing with them.
Why did you come to the RCM
I
earlier?
did. On more than one occasion. Apparently, there's some sort of inter-precinct disagreement about whose jurisdiction this area falls under.
We know the company has launched its own probe into the Union's alleged involvement. We also know it's come up empty. It's not just the RCN. No one's been able to find any hard evidence.
Well, here's your chance, officers.
It's no coincidence the lorries are stranded there like that, is it?
No. We asked East Motor Track to raise the drawbridge. The road company is a partner of one of our subsidiaries. However, this is a limited time opportunity. Once the complaint has been processed by the Trade Committee, they'll have no choice but to lower the drawbridge, and the operation will continue. Thousands of litres of raw ingredients will pour onto the streets of Revachol. Not the east across the river, but the west. The vulnerable. The weary.
Well, at least this solves one mystery.
What is that, Lieutenant?
Why I had to call East Motor Track and beg them to
Oh,
open the
level
drawbridge
up.
for me. I'd wondered since I first drove in, on my motor carriage.
I am sorry for the inconvenience, Lieutenant Kisaragi, but we need them trapped here. This is a unique opportunity. I'm sure you understand.
What proof do you have that the Union is involved?
How do you think they're financing this strike? There are thousands of unpaid dock workers going strong for the 4th month straight.
There was a shakedown of local businesses preceding the strike. Many were squeezed to bankruptcy to fund it.
With all due respect to these desert cacti, the contents of a few cash registers cannot provide for 2,000 men. The local businesses can scarcely provide for themselves.
So you think the strike is being funded with source ingredients for drugs?
Precisely. Smuggled out of that very gate at night, most likely, then loaded onto lorries and driven to Jamrock. You simply need to find one driver who will open up to you.
Okay, I've made up my mind about the smuggling investigation. We will take this case, probe the drivers, see what it yields.
According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout. Hopefully one of them will know something. It may come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I can keep the drawbridge up for a few more days at least. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance. Of course,
Thank you,
Detective.
that's all for now. Alright. Who the fuck is Tommy Lahar? Oh. Over there. Is it this guy? Is it that guy? Looks like that guy.
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Keep listening.
From another planet. Hey there.
Huh. What's going on here?
Jam, my man.
The air from the east is thick with the smell of crude oils, heavy metals and other byproducts of the modern era. You can almost taste it.
What's the jam?
Traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days
Limbo, huh?
upon days upon
So
days.
that's where I am.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife.
What? How long have you been
Feels
here?
like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak, or he just likes unusual words, or both.
I dig your style, man.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already. So tell me, what do you need?
Oh, it's a drug trade. Sound like a man who knows about drugs.
Ah, man. Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Do you finance those other addictions with drug trafficking?
Hey man, that's serious criminal talk. Are you trying to pull some sort of an entrapment thing on me?
Entrapment is a practice whereby an officer of the law induces a person to commit a criminal offense that the person would have otherwise been unlikely to commit, usually through some trickery, persuasion, or fraud.
No, of course not.
Then what's your deal here?
Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling drugs out of Eternal
We
B.
have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Who do you think could be conducting the drug trade
Look,
then?
man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Ah, man. But those days are behind.
We have a credible...
Not me, man. Nope.
Why are you
Gotta
still
guard the
hanging
stuff.
around?
Bosses don't look kindly on missing cargo. And it gives me time to work on my rhymes.
A rhymesmith. This is quite credible.
There we go.
It goes with its cadence.
There we
and way
go.
of speaking.
Look, man,
We wouldn't say he's
Huh?
lying, sire.
Ah! Ah! Level up, maybe? Maybe. I'll get plenty more. Right? No. I'll try, and if I fail, then I will do so, huh? He's a poet. Hit him with your best verse.
Wait. There's something here,
Ho ho!
stored away in some dusty corner. It starts like...
Mirror's temperature is always 0. Ice in the vein. Camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
There's a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
I don't even know how to consider the sing in that show. I guess when you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself. I think the words are mine, yes. Fucking A. Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities these days. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it.
It makes it all easier to bear if the words are pretty.
I get you. When they really
Ah, my God, I knew it.
the world seem manageable. Good to be on the same page.
Alright, I'm back.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
I'm good for now. Good talk.
Don't be a stranger.
Who the fuck is Cindy the Skull? And where the fuck is Cape Side Apartments? Northwest side of the town, huh? So once again, all the way over here. Oh, that's presumably who I need to talk to, yeah?
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked.
Knock.
The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
Knock
The
again.
door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am.
From within comes the faint sound of a broom sweeping across the concrete floor.
This is the police. Open the door.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm joking.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door? There must be another entrance to the east.
Hey, up here, Piggo. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Let's answer some questions, okay?
Ask away, Pigman, but I don't promise to answer.
A brush? An artist? The red splatter is urban expressionism.
What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
You don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cards. And my name's not Mona, so...
Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium. I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
I love public art. Mind us, keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
Catch you later,
Watch
Cindy.
your back, Ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
How the fuck do I get there? The backyard. How do I get to the backyard?
Why does art inspire you so much?
does, yes, but what is art?
Excellent question. Art is a diverse range of visual, literary, auditory, and performative creativity. It's an expression of imagination and technical skill. Additionally, it's history, criticism, and pure enjoyment. In short, art is the highest form of human communication, representation, narrative, emotion, and agency intertwined.
That fit into the art form?
Have you looked in the mirror lately? You have the exact features of a savage art critic, with that beard and those clothes, disheveled and prophetic. Perhaps you should try to critique architecture too.
Hold on, is architecture
Of
also
course
art?
not. It's autism, box drawing, masturbation with a ruler and a sextant or whatever they use. You should demean and criticize the genteel institution of architecture while extolling the virtues of the pure arts.
Like, what about music? Is
Only
it
the
art?
most experimental kind.
So I have been feeling critical lately.
Yes, you seek substance. No vapid representations and reproductions of social mores as made manifest in stuffy biennials. We're talking real, living art here. Become the art cop. Half art critic, half cop.
Wait, don't I have to be 100% cop? Get the case finished and all that?
Quit being so indecisive. What are you going for here? Some kind of indecisive and camp aesthetic now? Strike a bold shape here. Go art or go home.
Okay, if 50% art critic is what's needed to free me from repetition, so be
Exactly. It's not only your duty to only catch the criminals off the street. You must also
Let's
apprehend
go.
crawlers of the printing press and the gallery, the trite and derivative artists and writers of the world. Go ahead and provide savage criticisms, art cop. The world is yours to rip to pieces and reassemble.
Ah! All right. Then there's one that I cannot get until day 3. Then but there is one that I can. All right. All right. Time to go talk to Joyce again for another thing. That'll get me money.
You're back. Good.
Tell me
What
about
can I help
Wild
you with?
Pines. What do you do?
What we do. I'm afraid I don't speak for Wild Pines as a whole. It's a giant undertaking.
There was a touch of discomfort there. She wants to merely represent.
So what do they do?
The Pines' core competency is logistics. Container shipping, freight, that sort of thing. See those airships there, blinking? Those are the shipping side of things. And that is the terminal. Another subdivision deals with energy, oil and gas exploration, offshore platforms.
The Wild Pines Group is one of the original Revacholian Indo tribes. companies awarded royal monopolies by the king, the suzerain himself, centuries ago. The king is long gone, but several of the Indo tribes remain.
Missed out on Hobocop, huh? And of course, there's that one again. Regular law official, huh? Ah. Is there a new game plus? Hold on. Is there a new game plus? No, I thought so. I was like, huh. So anyway. Now the other thing. So there's this, obviously. Who are the other Indo tribes?
Zombatis, Elysium, an unknown entity known as Brightest Star.
You're in good company, it seems.
Why, thank you.
How much money does Wild Pines have?
I'm not at liberty to discuss the company balance sheet, but I can tell you that last year, the company booked more than 20 billion real in revenue.
Wow.
20 billion is a large number, but the conglomerate employs 72,000 people. They all need to be paid. Then there are capital improvements, interest payments. A conglomerate the size of the Wild Pines is like a shark. If it stops moving, it will die. Then what becomes of those 72,000 families? It's a tremendous responsibility.
Where does Wild Pines get all these billions?
They started as an exploration and cargo fleet conducting trade between the Samaran and Insulindian Isolas 250 years ago, when pine ships explored the South Seminese and charted Lomantanga on behalf of the suzerain. Centuries of care, deliberation, and madness have gone into this endeavor. Vessels pass through the great unrest to re-emerge with apricots in tow. The logic of the system is totalizing. It's taken everything from its employees to build it.
It helps to start out with a royal monopoly.
You know more than you let on. Certainly it helped, but most of the original Indo tribes have failed or been absorbed. To survive, Wild Pines had to grow and adapt. No suzerain did that.
That is such a huge disappointment with a place like this.
You mean aside from being the terminal's legal owners, who are responsible for moving 8% of the world's cargo?
8% of all cargo in the world? Quite the endeavor indeed.
There are no minor cogs in the system. Each terminal must be accounted for, lest the entire system break. Every hiccup in such a system means thousands lose their jobs, the world over. I'm here to assure that doesn't happen.
Done. Yes. Money. Alright. Now, let's see. Let's see. Okay, that's all for now. Alright, now time to get Zemevu.
You're back. Good.
You seem smart.
What can I
Need
help
someone
you
to
with?
give me a lowdown on this reality we're in.
This reality.
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
Related to that medical episode, I have trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality.
Ah, yes. The episode. Sounds like an acute case of encephalopathy now that I think of it.
Don't be phased, madame. He functions perfectly well. He only needs a lowdown on all of reality.
We may be here a while then. Ask away, officer. I'll help however I can.
Alright.
Nice!
I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Fair, fair, fair. Where
We're
are
in
we?
Martinez, baby.
Baby.
A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed.
I would just go over myself.
Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
And what is Martinez?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year.
And tell me more about a Martinez.
I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets.
You mentioned a sea. What sea is this?
It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol. And the bay feeds into the ocean.
Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the Blue Immensities.
What's the name of this island?
Caillou. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the river Esperance. We're in the delta of this river on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
Okay, that's Martinez. What's Revachol?
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
Great kind.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Okay, who built this
The
city?
nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men.
And I'll probably be grabbing a garbage bag very soon, you know? Alright. This reminds me, I have, yes, one skill point.
We are
Why
standing
here?
on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean, the world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're in an unimportant part of an important place.
I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about
Where's this guy?
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have
Hey
no
ho,
true
let's
answer to
go.
give, unfortunately.
Je me veux. Yeah. Je me veux. Now, it's another copper type, the worst one. The most savage and brutal, the art cop. Nothing is good enough for him. Everything is shit. You have to employ an armada of adjectives that is picked and demean the mediocrity of the works and visual institutions around you. Really flex that critical muscle until the vocabulary for punishing mediocrity becomes second nature. Here we go. Wild Pines, Field, Coupry, Tricentennial, Villiers, and La Salle. Names of Revacholian Indotras spring into your head, especially at the mention of wild pines, royal monopolies, octopuses, octopi, meh, and swordfish, most of them gone now. YBP, Expander, Saint Baptiste, the brightest star, Elysium, Resplendent, East Insulindic, Wilter, and Il Cassé. But isn't one missing? Wait, no. There were only 14. Then why do you feel there was a 15th Indo-tribe? Revachol Special Administrative Region, Le Caillou, and the Insulindian Ocean Coalition Government. Insulindian Motion Command. Named after name, and none of them is familiar. They seem real, but something is wrong. You feel like a kid looking at stickers on the fridge. Chevron, the Apricot Company. Old Games 34. You can almost see your hand reaching out for them. Scratch at the corners, see if they peel loose. This feels like the most important of all the thoughts. One you truly must complete.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a loadout.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has many more questions to ask, about even more fundamental aspects of reality. Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Yeah.
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
You're right, Lieutenant. I'll continue later.
It's better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
That's all for
Glad
now.
to have been of assistance. The little that I know.
Thank you.
Anything else?
That's all for now. Okay. They're temporary research bonuses, huh? Okay. Now. What I need to do is Mazovian socioeconomics, huh? But that's, of course, later. Because that will be over time. Is there any other thing that I can actually get right now, yeah? There is that, but no. Indirect modes of taxation. No. Bankruptcy sequence, huh? What the fuck? Oh. Oh, I can, oh. Okay. So yeah, I think I am pretty much all good for now, yeah? In terms of, setting up for later. Let's see. I do believe I am 1 point away from unlocking Apocalypse Cop. I'll leave the all the green orbs for later, yeah? Alright. Alright. Let's see. I was thinking the Wompty Dumpty one would be good. By the way, that reminds me. Let's rewind. Let's trace your drunken steps back home. Jump across the raised channel bridge southwest of here. Fall over. Get up. Get off the asphalt in 20 minutes. Shuffle your feet through courtyards, scaring little children. Go under the great raised motor tract, the 881, till you reach Le Domaine Eminent in North Jamrock. The streets are frozen in this time of year, caked with ice. Walk to Maine, to Perdition. There's a side alley there, and your footprints in the mud. Oh. Alright. Garbage bag. Garbage bag. Where are you? Southwest from the bookstore. Where is the bookstore? I don't know. Let's see. Where is it then? Where the fuck? Oh, wait. No, I do recognize that. Okay. Once again, in that area. Right there, huh? No, right there. Give me that. Yeah. Now I'm gonna make money. Mr. Kim. Out of the way. Thank you. Here's some money. And this doesn't take any time, so yeah. Here we go. All right. Money. All right. All right. I think I will indeed ask Joyce for the money.
You're back. Good.
Team Rich, can I have
Can
some
I
money?
help you?
Is what you want to say, but it isn't that easy, is it?
What?
Look
Why
at
not?
that lady. Take a gander.
What nice fabrics.
Why, yes. Tucked away under that sturdy green raincoat, almost rustic in its simplicity, a silk shirt and matching scarf around her gentle throat, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry. wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible, within reason.
Yeah,
Now look at you, you misery-clad simian, barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable. You're poor, poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too
ashamed.
Yes, you're too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Odinil.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
Money!
I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth. Surprisingly eloquent, really. The last one, not the first three. Those are ape speak.
I am the scum of the earth.
Why'd you say that?
I'm gunk.
That's garbage. You're a police officer.
And the stuff people have under their fingernails. Let's talk about something else, please.
Of course.
Volition seems to be important, eh? Where is it? Volition. Level up. Thank you, that's all for now.
You're back. Good. What can I help
Let's try
you
that
with?
again.
I am sorry.
Oh.
Surprisingly.
My, that's garbage. Of course.
Perhaps if I get something with physique. Hmm? That gives physique, rather. Alright, well, in that case... back to the whirling and rag. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled-down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, circled by a logo with a tree.
A colourful piece of plastic is dangling from his carabiner. Makes your fingers itch. On
Take
the
it.
counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Cups
The
of
man
pills.
does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
You've
Nice.
just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Like the piece of plastic on his
It's
carabiner.
a dock worker's ID, doubling as a shift card and a job
Oh.
permit. A young, able-bodied
Oh.
man stares back at you.
I can
from the
steal it.
photo. Santiago S. John.
Oh! Should I steal it? No. I'll leave it for now.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching our syrupy...
Not
Oh,
now.
Excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon.
Finish thought. Not now. Oh, no. Alright.
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
Why am I looking
Cop
at
habit.
this?
You look at everything. This isn't case related.
What kind of vehicle drove through here?
Hard to say. Your vision is blurred and you're having difficulty concentrating thanks to your relentless hangover.
Construct the movement.
The tire tracks were left here by an unknown event that took place some days ago. It's a message, written in the language of burnt rubber. Some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point A. The driver started there, and then accelerated straight into the fence, left a hole big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry, according to the cafeteria manager.
How
The driver
next?
proceeded to back out of the yard, barely stopping before hitting the adjacent building. Before heading south, must have been in a hurry.
Car drove through the fence.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
Disconnected the case?
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to happen in Martinez. With the jam right here on the roundabout, I would keep them separate.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went. If
If you find the time. I'll consider that later. Right now, I really should begin on the main thing. You know, the main plot.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here.
What kind
Heavy
of
workers' boots with reinforced toes and hobnails all over the yard. Isn't this something an industrial worker would wear?
Lieutenant, workers' boot tracks.
Noted.
Maybe
Oh,
over
yeah.
12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth
Perfect.
in the mud.
Go over them one
One.
by one.
Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 46. 2. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. 4. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46.
Which is it?
Don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them.
Count
5.
more.
Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. 6. An aberration, light as air, even pace, same make of boot, but number 41.
Male or female?
Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped.
I'm pretty good at this, ain't I?
It's not bad. It's as if the whole world darkens. Everything else has a thin film of unimportance on it, and the tracks burn in the middle of it, in a strange, beautiful way.
Count the
7.
rest.
The glowing outline of a standard work boot, number 46. But the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. 8. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn.
How many?
8.
I was pretty off then. I counted 20.
And guys are going back and forth.
I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
Heavy one. 200 kilogram imprint.
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built, soon to be dead.
Yeah.
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
One of them was carrying him over.
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Why did they have to carry him?
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
Maybe the victim refused to. Maybe the victim wasn't conscious.
Even easier to carry on a stretcher, or between two men. Anyway, it's for future consideration. What else can you see?
Oh, light step. Number 41 shoe.
A woman? Or a kid?
Could be a woman.
How do you know?
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
I don't.
Understood. Anything else?
An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other.
Interesting. Let's name it the Old Soul.
You have any ideas, Lieutenant?
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor. Or maybe a drummer?
A drummer, that's
A
stupid.
drummer only uses their right foot for the kick drum. You're right, it's stupid. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
Not
We
that
should
way.
keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no?
Yes, prudent. How do you think these tracks are?
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller, who reported the hanging.
It is not impossible.
How do you know?
I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Havashol. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day.
Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
What do you think happened here?
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy.
I think we have a firm understanding of what
The
happened here.
lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself.
Either way. What else?
Been through all of it. Money! You know?
Kuno's got this.
Boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12.
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
I'm not getting into this right now.
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a ball gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath.
Look down.
A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
God, what is that? Why is it so bad?
Active decay. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging.
He's about to blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
Let go of your nose without throwing it up.
The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
God.
It's okay. Happens to everyone. Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
Think ammonia would help?
If you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
But not
I
you?
can't handle the headache.
It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you.
Okay, where do we get ammonia from?
There is Frit nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have a small apothecary. If they don't, There's a greenhouse here, and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works here, she might have something for the smell.
Pretty clever.
Acquiring ammonia will provide a modifier to the white check. Modifiers make checks easy.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
I'm
We
surprised.
didn't see a lot of police around here. That's all.
I have some questions for
course.
you. My
What can I
partner
help
told
you
me you
with?
may have ammonia. Can I have some?
Sure. I'm done with it. Go
Nice.
easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
After
of
all.
course. I won't hold you back.
If there's a corpse, then you're going to need those gloves for the autopsy.
I was saying, can I borrow your gloves?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Thank you. Wow.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that. The
And people
ammonia
with ammonia.
only makes
Fuck.
it worse. The combination forces tears out of your ducts. You manage to keep it in once. The second time, not so much. Once
Oh,
the vomiting is
shit.
done, your cheeks are wet with tears.
Okay. Ammonia didn't help at all.
Now does the wind right now. I've seen strong men turn themselves inside out for hours. You are facing tough odds here. Alcohol withdrawal makes it considerably harder.
Can I keep it in if I've been a cop my whole
I've
life?
seen captains puke their guts out. It never gets easier. You never get used to the smell. Every Monday is cadaver day. Throw up, investigate. Throw up, initial autopsy. Throw up, baguette. Then drive to the station. Maybe throw up on the way there if you didn't bag the thing tight enough.
You seem to be
I
fine.
think I've lost my sense of smell.
A white lie.
Not being hungover helps too.
Can I do something else? I think I want to solve something else
That's
now.
probably a good idea. Clear our heads. But before we can do that,
He draws his hand from your back and looks you in the eye.
you need to get your shit together.
Okay.
We should go talk to the locals. Find something else to do while the wind changes. It's pretty bad right now.
Your shit is apart, and it's rather unbecoming of a cop and a human being. It's supposed to be the opposite of that. Together. Compressed in a small area. To achieve a solid level of shit compression. Squeeze your butt cheeks together for 30 minutes. Do something similar with the two hemispheres of your brain. Talk to people. Maybe that will help. What bonus does this give me? Okay, I need another... Okay. I need to find...
You've gained a thought. When this
Give it half an hour. Get yourself together. Then come back and have another go.
Okay. And how long would that need? 30 minutes, yeah. Perhaps... Yeah, I'll ignore that one for now. That one does give me more money, but can wait to 30 minutes. I could have gone that earlier, but hey, whatever.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something. Everything is out on the shelves.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Before we go on, what is this
I
Frit?
don't know. Frit?
What is Frit?
A 7 to 11 grocery store.
Why is it written with 3 T's?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational corporation, they had to add an extra letter to avoid trademark infringement.
What magazine are you
You
reading?
mean this?
Hmm.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Stupid famous
Yeah,
people.
they're kind of boring, but, you know.
Communism. Yes. Let's proceed. I have some questions for you.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Do you have any ammonia
She
for
looks
sale?
up from her magazine, eyes filled with tired ennui.
Yes, what we have is there, in the medicine cabinet. Go take a look yourself.
Can you tell me anything about the dead body?
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so...
How long has it been there?
I don't know, really long.
What do you think happened?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around. If you hear anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Do you know the man who died?
Really?
Really? Does it mean you knew him a little?
No. I didn't know him at all.
Thank you for your help.
Uh-huh.
Can you tell me anything about this reality we're in?
Reality? You mean, what reality? Economic reality, or...?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she answer the classroom question?
Yes, tell me about the economic
I
reality.
don't really know anything. I mean, I'm 15.
15 is an excellent time to learn about the economic reality.
Yeah, that's why I'm working my arse off in Frit. So I guess, like, that's economic.
What about the physical
I
reality
don't
then?
know. What about it?
Where
We're
are
in
we?
Frit?
I mean, where are we on a larger
As
scale?
mankind, or as a nation, or...
What will her essay prompt be?
As a mankind.
In a good place. I mean, science is doing great, and this radio computer thing seems to be kinda big. I don't know.
What time is it?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind you on the wall.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still. It's apparent the clock doesn't work.
What is
when
the revolution?
ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
What about the one we had here in Revachol?
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history, I mean.
Reclusion, what's that? Someone told me there is
Our
one.
government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
I won't bother with this nonsense
Cool.
anymore. Oh, nice. XP. Okay.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Insert your
bottles
bottles.
clunk into the machine.
Yeah,
and the money
money.
appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Oh yeah. $3 richer. No, 3 real. 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 Richer. Oh, money. Alright. How much more? How much longer? 15 minutes? 8 minutes. Nice. Let's talk to Kuno.
Kuno's got this.
If there ever was...
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy, Kuno!
Hey kid, a word. Please
Right in
business.
the dick, Kuno! Get him right in the dick!
Love it in the dick.
What the fuck?
The boy is sweating profusely. His eyes are like 2 black holes and his jaw is twitching as if trying to break free from the empire of his body.
Stop throwing rocks at my crime scene.
Kuno, yeah! Right in the mouthhole!
Shits himself.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno!
The fuck? Does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What
You will
forces?
see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There will be no reasoning with those creatures.
Our kids' siblings.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
He's calling us Kuno! He says we're fucking each other!
What the fuck? I have
Alright,
questions for you.
Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got.
The kid moves his hands like a basketball player dribbling fast. Irregular speech patterns, overconfidence. Could this kid be on drugs? This warrants further investigation into this Kuno.
Gotta ask, who is Kuno?
Kuno, pig?
It's always Kuno, never I. Clearly the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Refer to yourself when you assess a third person to distance yourself from the situation?
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that bullshit at Kuno. Kuno knows you're lying. Trying to get Kuno hooked on the book.
Oh, hey yo. Nice. But that does mean that I cannot do that yet. Damn. Oh, well, that's fine. That's fine. Maybe. Je me veux. Yeah, I need that first, yeah? Yeah. And then I'll worry about that one. After I get fucking a skill point.
Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to fiddle you! He's gonna put his hands on you!
What the fuck?
Help! Pig's got Kuno! Help! Ray!
What the fuck?
Help! He's got the Kuno, help!
Everyone can hear. You need to get the hell out of here before.
Let's answer the questions.
He's digging his dick out!
Escalate, Kuno! His dick is out! You're afraid!
Pigs in here, Kuno! Somebody, please!
How did we get here? How did this happen? This makes no sense. There may still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
Are you high right now?
Misters, he's flashing Kuno! He's showing his genitals! If you don't help Kuno now, it'll be too late!
Fucking asshole. Be logical, kid. I haven't done anything to you.
Fucking logical! Help! The pathological pig is fiddling Kuno?
He's laughing now. What is this sick charade?
The nearly psychopathic way they can slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
What are you up to this?
Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
Help! The pig's gagging him! Kuno can't speak!
I don't put you up to
You
this.
put him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend.
Okay, no one put you up to this.
Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass.
It's a bad idea to punch him.
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit-eating psychopathic ghost with an ace up his sleeve.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up look that Kuno's dad gets. The murder look. The rape.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know you were thinking that. There's a dead body, remember? That's what you were doing here. You're a cop on a case.
How do we get back to the interview, Kuno?
I know what you thought. I'm gonna fuck that Kuno up. I'm gonna shut that shit down. You know what? You should've, because now you're nothing. You're a joke to Kuno. Kuno laughs at you. King Kuno!
Kuno turned you into his prison, bitch! You're gonna be in this shit with Kuno!
No, you're not. We can just leave.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this shit with Kuno forever!
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
Nice people.
You don't talk to me about my fucking people! You don't know where I come from! You just Kuno's bottom bitch!
Whatever. I finally got it.
Actual art degree. Trite, contrived, mediocre, milquetoast, amateurish, infantile, cliche and gonorrhea-ridden peon to conformism. I fucked me. Affront to humanity. War crime. Should literally be tried for war crimes. Resolutely shit. Lacking in imagination. Uninformed reimagining of. Lip-wristed. Premature. Ill-informed attempt at. Talentless fuckfest. Recidivistic shit peddler. Pedantic. Listless. Savagely boring. Just one repulsive laugh after another.
Oh yeah. There we go.
Volumetric shit compressor.
Oh yeah.
Bizarre scientific news from Revachol West today, where a police officer's shit has been observed at a pressure of around 495 gigadecimals. These metallic hydrogen levels of shit togetherness were thought to exist only at the center of collapsing stars, not law officials. It remains to be seen how long the shit singularity lasts.
Alright. Now I can actually, you know.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes.
There we go.
The odor comes over you. It's a smell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your hands at your sides and your eyes squinting, you stand in it. It's a puzzle. What's hanging in front of you is a puzzle of decaying flesh, tattoos, and tendons.
They always do that?
We do after 7 days, yes. We are deep in decomposition here.
The man before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enamel boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins, and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you, out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor, possibly part of a larger set.
Yeah, these aren't just boots, are they? They're armor.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
Ah.
Oh, the lieutenant uses a memo technique, A6. That's not just any notebook. It's a classic.
That's what the notebook. Tell me about the armor.
It's clearly some manner of super armor or future armor. Super future armor. I'm useless.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
There.
Under the heel. Fairweather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
What happened to the rest of it?
The locals probably scavenged it. It would be odd if he had more on after 7 days. We should keep a lookout for these pieces. The armor could yield information.
Maybe he was just wearing these boots and there is no rest of the armor?
No, he must have worn something precious underneath his clothes. They've removed all his clothes to get to it. They did not just strip him for the putrid rags.
Where are these clothes? Have you seen any around?
Someone could have cleaned the yard, but that's a question for the red hat thing.
I hear you, cop, talking shit about the Kuno. Come here and say it to Kuno's face.
Fuck you, Kuno.
You wanna fuck me, huh? You wanna fuck the Kuno?
Well, they told him to strip before they hung him.
They
mean him.
usually hang them completely naked for that. La puta madre, the Mazda, the Besmerties and the like. This one still has his underpants.
What? Are you trying to ignore me now, fuckface?
Kuno, this boots shit is super boring and the guy's a total Victopaz.
Finish? Finish? What are you doing bringing the finish at me? Hercule. I will eventually learn finish. Eventually. I don't know how long that will be, but... This guy... They are taking out the finish at me? The material looks out of place here.
It is. It's expensive.
Hmm.
We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics.
What are we talking
For a
about?
full set, about 4 years of waiting.
Shoosh.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Wait, my yearly pay is 5,500 real? A real?
Not too much, yes.
That's enough.
The lieutenant nods, wiping his finger on his sleeve.
How could this man afford such expensive
That's
hardware?
for us to find out. Mr. Gart implied he was security personnel for the harbor company. This confirms my own assumptions.
Initial report?
Just something I scraped together from my station. An area report in Martinez. I'm sure you did the same.
Those look pretty advanced for a security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on
A
the
small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup.
Sounds
It's
fragile.
anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic,
Cool.
influenced by highly resistant
Conceptualization, boy!
lignin, biology, and enemy, perhaps.
What does this remind me
If
of?
trees were made of porcelain, This is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you notice the whorls are in the shape of a letter and number combination: E50, 100, 1000.
Like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Can you read it to me?
X5415 6745
What the fuck do you mean?
678222. Let's lie.
No.
We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done. Either station can chase it for us.
What the fuck do you mean, let's lie? Why? Why right now? There's no use in that. Pull his boot
The
off.
stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Gonna pull his head off, right?
Yes, that's what I say. You'll compromise the coroner's case if you do. So please, don't.
Indeed, from this angle, it does look like the neck isn't going to take much more. Being dead for a week has all but liquefied his muscles.
What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
We're not detectives. There may be clues inside the boot.
How many clues do you need? You already found a number. Besides, there's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a
The
plan.
anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Okay,
Processing
got
will
it.
take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt, his torso covered in tattoos, and extremities blotched pink and blue.
So, how do we get him down?
We should have a look at that belt before we even consider taking him down. It looks worrisome.
Inspect the
The
belt,
hangman's
yeah.
knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under six-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
I think this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
You're assuming the dock workers for the harbor did it?
The brief suggested as much, politically motivated by the ongoing strike. Did you not get a briefing?
My past has undergone total annihilation. Nothing remains. My mother, the love of my life. Trying not to briefing.
Okay, you should ask me for one the first moment we get.
I sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel
I
wiring.
was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How did they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around. I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt. Buckle closes. It's what I would do. Seems easier than climbing up there.
Could be. The shape of the branch supports the theory. The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. Limbs limp.
We looked at the belt. Now, how do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's down.
True.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. An intricate web
It's like
of
the
blue
tattoos.
lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart.
It's a microelectronic
I
system.
have only a cursive knowledge of the science of cybernetics. I would not know if it were. But it's not quite complex enough, is it?
It doesn't seem familiar from the insides of any radio computer your mind can imagine. The somewhat organic lines remind you of old filament memory units, but not quite. No, you're nowhere near right.
I'm missing something here.
He wears a wide leather belt around his waist and a gun holster under his arm. He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
What's that?
Triggered Sunshine. Mini.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication devices, primarily projectors. The camera before you looks familiar somehow.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera.
Interesting.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes, it is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only one ampoule left. Use it wisely.
We need this photo
It
for.
contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter, to us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
I should look at it later without the corpse
Sure.
smell.
Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the
Look him in
His
the eye.
eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors. Their dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess.
Tell me, who are you, dead man?
The corpse
Damn.
is dead silent.
Who is he? He is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build.
The corpse looks right through you as you distance yourself from its stench.
Why don't you take a look?
As
Take
you
a
narrow
step back.
your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink. This is a trick. You've done it before. Pink is where the blood settled in the first hours post-mortem. You can use it to see if the corpse has been tampered with. Does his position at the time of death match the discoloration? Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too.
I see it. His neck too. The lividity goes right up his chin. We have good, well-pronounced discoloration here.
Blacks
The
your
monster
eyes.
comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
Well, obviously he's dead. I think he was upright after death. His hands, feet, and neck are discolored.
Agreed, especially on the neck. The belt acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis supports a hanging.
Seems like a lynching to me.
Everything here seems to corroborate that assumption, but we should still get him down before assigning a probable cause of death.
Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
Not lucky. Maybe he went to the toilet sometime before death.
Maybe.
The pool of
the victim appears.
The fuck?
Got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
You know what? See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them. The delinquents have made our jobs harder with their little sport.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal like.
I think he's dead.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. Was the time for that? And it ended 7 days ago.
Sounds about right, yes.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air and your nostrils. He slowly rotates before you, decomposing.
After the preliminary examination is done, let's get him down from there.
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach.
Hey ho! Inland Empire. Huh? No. What I should do is this. There we go.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
Hmm. Someone else do it?
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
Didn't the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here. We need to get him down, fast.
Let's sell the
Climb up
branch.
there and sow the branch?
Either one of us could do it. We could use kid's ladder on the side of his tree.
I don't trust that ladder. The assailants didn't use it. It's rotten and less sturdy than it looks. And I don't see another good way up there. Honestly, I prefer a non-acrobatic solution to this. Clown cops climb tree, fall down. Enraged cop assaults children after falling from tree. Cretin cop, they like that word, saws the branch he's sitting on, literally. Local children report corpse mutilation.
Fuck yeah, climb that shit, monkeys!
See, you're only making them do those things less.
Right. Risks are too high and there are too many.
Yes. We should use acrobatics as the very last option, after we've tried everything normal.
Oh, these have got to be the most fucking boring mulka parts I've ever seen.
Shut the fuck up. Seems like I got a lot of hassle. Let's not do
We are
it.
not getting him down already. Not getting him down is a task that's already accomplished. Sadly, it's not our job to keep him up there, but to get him down.
I really want to pull his head off.
How do you plan to get him down, then? With social sensibility? Are you going to educate him down?
We could shoot him down?
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Where the buckle ties the rope to the branch. That's a good spot to aim.
There. Buckle hole is built together.
Ah, yes, I see. If the shot hits that, there might be a chance to release the belt.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Let him choose.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader, ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Say nothing.
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
Fucking idiot! Mookabat asshole!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Okay, man.
Kuno's sorry too. Kuno feels sorry for the Beano Cloud.
The lieutenant doesn't say a word, just looks at the gun in his hand.
Try again,
No,
maybe.
We are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
But
I
now,
have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
maybe you can ask for help from the harbor.
I was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appear to be suspects in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
I would really prefer if there was another way. These people might have an agenda.
Yeah, wait. Let's reconsider.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
How good is my hand-eye coordination? Not that bad, not that good. I can try to shoot him down myself.
It's bad as it is, us shooting firearms like punks here. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't hit the victim.
I'm gonna need your gun for this.
One gun!
Oops.
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Officer, why do we only have one gun?
Remember when I told you I didn't have my badge or uniform when I woke up? Didn't have my gun either.
That is even more unfortunate than the badge. You need to contact your station about it as soon as possible. Try not to lose this one, please.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana poika! Take it and shoot yourself in the mouth!
Do the weight
A
first.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the
Why
trigger.
are you...
You've held this, an A9 armistice, before. At some point, it probably used to be your choice of firearm. It still feels comfortable, like you never laid it down.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
Put the gun out the belt.
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Shut up.
You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck
Close your
Your
left eye
field
first.
of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, catching the noon light as the corpse slowly rotates. The slow movement of the branch in the wind and your shoulders directing the gun sink up, dancing hypnotically.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Do it. Fuck.
A plume of smoke erupts from the barrel.
Fuck.
Your hand goes numb from the explosion. With your ears still ringing, you lower the weapon. You missed the belt, but hit the corpse straight in the chest. Bits of...
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
There's something wrong with your weapon, Lieutenant. Keeps
The
missing.
armistice is sufficiently precise, officer, especially at close range.
It's not the gun's fault you can't shoot. It's your pig hands.
Pigs don't have hands. They have, like...
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit down for you.
Not giving you the gun, kid.
Preposterous! What are you, a fucking Earl?
We still need to get him down somehow.
But
The
how?
bad way. The way I didn't want us to. By asking the harbor for help. They have the tools and the men. If they put him up there, they can take him down too.
How do we get inside of the
From
harbor?
the gates, by negotiating or fighting. I'm unenthusiastic about fighting. Or we can try to find some secret third path. It's unlikely though.
To the gates. Let's negotiate.
But won't it be dangerous?
To ask the suspects for help with the victim's body? To be indebted to Evrard Claire? Very much, yes. Which is why I would have preferred us to handle this ourselves. Clearly we can't.
Suck my dick, bitches!
Who's
The
Evrard
leader of
Claire?
the Union. A dangerous and corrupt man, from what I hear. You don't want to owe him much.
Yeah? Don't go being someone else's bitches. You're Kuno's bitch.
Let's get to it then. Alright. Well.
An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso of the hanged man, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time the lines intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament memory. But not quite.
Are you? What's the meaning of this tattoo?
For you to discover. You've gotten as far as you will without assistance. Someone who knows about history could tell you.
Ah, maybe Joyce. Or someone else. Now, Kuno.
Fuck does Kuno get?
Asshole. Buddy, what do you know about it?
Shitload pig. What's your question?
Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno!
This is where you quickly ask him questions. Real cop questions. Like a cop.
There are contusions all over his body. Did you do that?
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno! They want to make you stupid again!
Contusion is a bruise. I'm talking about the marks or stones left on the corpse.
Did Kuno make your shit sniffing harder? Obstruction of shit sniffing? This is Kuno's kingdom. Kuno fucking rules here.
You hear the lieutenant hum.
Have you seen anyone suspicious
Just
around?
a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. That seems pretty fucking suspicious to Kuno.
Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno!
Do you know who he
Kuno's
was?
fuck him. Kuno uses the fuck him for target practice.
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
You don't know anything.
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone.
Where's the rest of his armor?
Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor.
How come?
Kuno's fuck gimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
What do you mean you threw it away?
Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big. Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno.
Threw it in the sea.
That shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates.
What do you mean troubadour?
Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit? Came around pretending like he cares about cows. So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
You're telling me this out of the kindness of your heart, Kuno?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
You know how they got up
Probably
there?
climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down.
You didn't see it happening.
Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno wasn't in Revachol. Kuno wasn't regional.
Okay, where do you go then?
I don't know. Some fucking Mesk or I don't know. Some other place. Night City. Kuno was in fucking Night City.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
That's a fictional city name. Night City doesn't
Why you gotta be
exist.
riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in Kuno's head. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna know what Kuno's been fucking up to?
Don't tell him that, Kuno. It's lame.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's City. Night City. Rage City. The City of Rage. That's it. And it's not lame.
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's City, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus on the case.
More on this later. Right now, let's talk about something
You're
else.
testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Crime scene, you could often play in this
Right,
yard.
Nick? This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Okay, I'm
Kuno
off.
doesn't fucking care.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
Take one
Looks
step
like
closer.
it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
I want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Behind the
You
fence.
don't want to fuck with me. I got my hands bloody. I'm not here, pig. You're not seeing this.
You can still see the top of her hat from...
I'll die before I squeal, pig.
What are those strange words you used, girl?
I come from the woods, good Davidu. You don't want to go there with me. You don't want to see what I've seen.
Don't be traumatizing her. Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, whirling in rags.
I'm not looking at you, trash container. You're just a trash
Just
container.
a trash container. There is no such thing. Your fingers start to itch just looking at that padlock.
Let me get the lock
You
open.
could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we
Lieutenant?
could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one.
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
Hello again, sweetie.
This money.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there, and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling
Prod at
is.
it and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost
Yes.
all establishments in Revachol
No.
keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of science.
Hold on, whoa.
Mazovian thought.
11-day government line. What the? 9? What? I mean, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am Christmas.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
No, wait. What if I am Christmas?
We should return to the case of your mistaken identity at a later time, officer. This was about the trash container.
We need those keys.
What for, Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
This trash container is locked.
Open it with the key.
The lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the... Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
What's this?
Just the feeling. A warning from some part of you.
Open the lid.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look under the boxes of
You
cartons.
see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking
Hello.
up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Used to what? Dumpster diving?
Searching for evidence in the trash. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Pick at the
Among
rags.
the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
I'll probably be ending the stream very soon. Right after I'm done with this part.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Bag of the
Get on
trousers.
Blue jeans. Pockets. Empty. Or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach
A
for it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Bag the
This
shirt.
is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
Throwing a towel, a mug. That's all.
Alright. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Rolling might have been involved, maybe?
Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Okay.
The lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey.
Alright.
What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your paperwork?
I don't know what this is.
It is. Look, the plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there.
Huh.
If you don't mind me asking, how did this get in the trash?
There's a foreboding quality to it. Maybe I needed to lose it for the great bloodletting to begin.
What are you talking about?
I speaketh the tongue.
Doeth thou also thorough inventories? You should take stock of your notes. Make sure it's all there. Official notes contain informants' names. If some of it has fallen into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, bloodletting may well ensue.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and select the Interact tab to read your paperwork.
Mug. I'm getting that bug too.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
Yeah, I finished Fallout 1, I believe. I have not finished Fallout 2, but I don't know when I'll get back to that. At some point, maybe. Antique?
Only in its social sensibility. The container sounds a muffled gong.
Or I just sell the mug.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Leave. Alright. Damaged ledger. This is the ledger you found in the trash. And it can be difficult, but mainly in the combat kind of way. You have to be prepared to either save scum or be prepared to die a lot. Or, of course, lose a lot of party members. Alright, this is a ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case?
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Thank you, waterlogged ledger, for spelling it out for us.
Inspect the toilet
It's
paper.
just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Inspect the clip.
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip.
Run your finger across the
The
aluminum.
surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Looks like an official mark, made to be low visibility outside the right circumstances. It is similar to the RCM watermark on your blazer the lieutenant mentioned. Didn't he say something about the headlights of his motor carriage? That you can read these there?
Lieutenant, is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to RCM property.
What kind of information?
It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address.
I'm from...
Information varies by date of issue.
I'm from the US. Raised in Maryland.
Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Oh, you mentioned the headlights of your vehicle?
Yes, RCM vehicles have headlights tuned especially to reveal halogen watermarks.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What is in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average. What do you mean? Is that all?
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
Cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them,
2?
though.
That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes.
It's okay. We all make mistakes.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense.
That's it?
The notebook is annual. It says 51 on what remains of its cover. A molten strap of cardboard. Everything prior to this must have belonged to a previous volume. In short, there was more.
There's a mention of a naming convention here?
Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case.
More?
Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Yeah, my case appear to employ some kind of naming
You
convention.
mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
I mean a non-numeric one. The titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everything the RCM does.
Why is
it's
that?
a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
And to have named the case the Square Bolt Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself.
Okay.
I pray his
Fair
loved
enough.
ones never find out.
What
Raised
happened to him?
right through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Open an official case. Is there room?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all the tasks are accomplished, the case is complete.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena
The
gave you.
tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body, get the body down, interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Nice.
Satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you.
Yeah.
You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. Feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Shit on a stick. The Furies are at home in the mirror.
Furies? Yes, well, I don't know. I have to be honest, I'm not experiencing the internal strife that it refers to. And also, could you make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name?
Yes, yes.
Fair,
you
fair.
know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything
I
else,
agree.
please.
Shit on a stick.
Yes. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do you have something less funny?
The Setting Sun.
Okay, it's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun. At all. It has nothing to do with that. So, something more concrete, perhaps? Do you have
Fine.
something great?
The Hanged
That's
Man.
great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Oh, fine. Anyway, I'm done inspecting these.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Can I read the case files now?
Yes,
Ha
you
ha.
can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 411201171 The next world mural.
Wait, HDB 41, weren't those Officer Precinct?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
I think what he meant to say was RAC, Rafael Ambrosius Castor.
No, the alphanumeric begins with HDB.
Oh,
Don't you see
man.
that Sire is tired of these fabrications? RAC is clearly what it says on the case files. These are official documents. There is no arguing with official documents.
That takes 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, hell no. I would consider it, but no. I'm ready to admit I'm not Raphael and go on with my
That's
life.
comforting to hear. Now, detective, it takes half an hour to piece one of these together. If you still want to, here are your options.
I can revisit this.
Not much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
I can continue this later, yeah. Alright. Yeah. I'm hungry. I don't need to get dressed after that. So. For work. So I shall continue this next time. It has been 4 hours anyway. I like this game. Dialogue is funny. So anyway, I shall see y'all next time then. Goodbye.